The cops are called on a man trying to kill a spider.
Fisherman reels in 60 pounds of cocaine. There is currently a warrant out for Aquaman.
And how many licks of a doorbell does it take to get arrested? Well, one California man finds out.
I'm Natty.
And I'm Eric.
Welcome to the show.
This is the Misguided Meeples podcast.
Gangs of roaming grandmas like one-upping each other in the comment sections. Look at my grandson. He's so amazing.
With your hosts, Eric.
You're an enemy to bird kind. Copious amounts of cocaine. Cold-skinned cabana boys. Familiar names in research.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
And Natty.
Put it in prisoner visitor bums. It'd be a lot easier. Show me your tits. Family-friendly content, without a doubt. Oh, I thought people kept chickens because they wanted eggs and kind of hated themselves.
Boy. Oh boy. Hello everyone and welcome. This is episode 18. I'm not going to mess that one up again. Of the Misguided Meeples podcast.
It's
welcome.
19.
Don't fool me like that. I'm going to get paranoid now. Gotta keep looking back at the Google Doc. Just be like, oh crap, is it actually that?
Is it?
It's not.
No. Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
So anyways, we are the Misguided Meeples podcast, covering the most bizarre and wacky news of this past week. We are carried on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and YouTube, and we would greatly appreciate a like, a subscribe, a mention, a review, a retweet, a tweet, a quote tweet, but only nice reviews though, or we will mistake you for Bigfoot.
And we will fire.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
That is how we roll.
Zero hesitation.
Yeah.
So we had an eventful week. This podcast is like a day late and then definitely $1 short. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But we had an eventful week. We were just at Magfest this weekend.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Had a good time. What was your favorite part of the convention, Natty?
The cosplay. My least favorite part? The cosplay.
That's fair. That's, yeah, I'll say that.
Because cosplay's fun because it makes everyone a weirdo, and that's great. But cosplay's not fun because some people take that weirdness a little farther than they should.
Yeah, you definitely see some things that you can't unsee at a convention. That's for sure.
Not without years of therapy.
Yep. It takes a lot of bleach and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in that order.
No, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. So anyways, my favorite part of the con was the magic draft we did. That was so fun.
Yeah, that was
just making people really uncomfortable with the sleeves. Natty got me a very lewd a very lewd set of card sleeves from the convention hall before we went into this draft.
I did ask a stout, hairy man, what is by far the most inappropriate card sleeves you have? And he's like, well, this is your winner.
Like, without hesitation, too. He was just really, like...
He actually took a box out from under the table like it was some coveted stash of lewd card sleeves. It's fantastic.
Oh, man. I made some people really uncomfortable.
Good. That was the point.
It was wonderful, though.
Maybe it's just the people I got. No one really seemed to notice mine.
Yeah.
I think yours are just
how
that
did you not
exemplimentary.
notice that, though? That the jugs are huge.
Well, because they weren't... They weren't the kind of people who know what they're looking at.
Maybe. What does that mean?
That means they're like asexual.
Oh. There's a lot of asexuals playing Magic with us?
Only asexuals.
Okay. I'm not...
They reproduce by budding. Don't you know that, Eric?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had that conversation in the car. Anywho, so we actually planned on doing a podcast while we were there in our hotel room, and we even went through all of the effort and brought all the stuff with us and just decided not to do it. I think we just forgot.
If it wasn't a 24-hour kind of situation, it probably would have got done. But that just sucks you in.
I know, it really does. Like, by the end of it, it just flew by. Like, it got to Saturday night like that. It was so quick.
Yeah, and no one's alive enough Sunday morning to do a podcast, so that wasn't going to happen.
No, we had to check out at by 10.
Yeah.
Like we had to, and Katie and I stayed out till 2. So
Yes.
it was not happening.
I came back after that, too, now that I think about it.
Yes. So it was a great time. Richard was very salty about Glenmore, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, he was very salty. And now you guys know who he is. We can make fun of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We can make fun of Richard now. Hi, Richard.
He was so salty.
He was so mad. Oh well, he got me back in the mini draft we did. That was entertaining, I guess.
He won't drop. He's still caught up about your score playing Blitz.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were in the consoles, in the console section at the convention, and we were playing video games, old video games. They had a whole big library, all these different systems. Really, really, really fun. And basically, he was mad because we didn't get to play the arcade version of Blitz. So we settled for the controller console version, and he was bitching about the controls. He was pretty pissed.
You do. Well, it's kind of like, that wouldn't have been a foul ball if the wind wasn't so strong.
Yeah, it's part of the game. You gotta adjust, adapt, overcome,
or just mash buttons wildly, whatever works. I mean, that's basically what you did. Yeah, I did.
And you might have done better than him.
Well, I didn't do well, but I didn't do... it wasn't a shutout.
No, you made quite the comeback, actually. And the funny thing, too, is we mashed a bunch of buttons before the game, and we made it so every drive was first and goal. So you just started off first and goal.
Yeah.
And that was it. Didn't matter where you were. You could be on your own 10. First and goal. Good luck.
It makes for a weird game.
It really does. You just try to bomb it, I guess. But
pretty much.
It's not easy to do so in Blitz. So
it wouldn't be practical in an actual professional setting.
It might make it more interesting, though.
It would make it interesting, wouldn't it?
Maybe. Anywho, enough convention talk.
Put it away, you nerds.
Yeah, we're not nerds. Definitely not. We just like talking about weird stuff. So anyways.
Yeah, that's right. We're freaks, not nerds. Difference here.
There's a lot of differences.
There is. It's a big difference.
So anyways, Natty, do you want to introduce our first story of this past week?
Sure. Aptly titled, Why Don't You Die? Police responding to a threat of death report. Oh, that's fun. Police responding to report of death threats. Find man just trying to kill a spider.
And to be noted, this did happen in Perth, Australia. Land of the unnaturally big spiders.
Yes, that's actually their moniker.
Yes. Oh, for sure. So, yeah, basically, police in Perth, Australia, thought they had a very potentially tragic incident on their hands. They got reports in the morning of a man repeatedly yelling, "Why don't you die?" And basically, officers were like, oh shit, this might actually be a murder.
It didn't help that there was a crying toddler at the scene.
This is true. And basically, the caller walked past the apartment and heard a male screaming out, "Why don't you die?" repeatedly. And a toddler inside was screaming, but the caller didn't hear the female who lives there saying anything at all. Yikes.
It's not a good recipe there.
No. And basically, a couple minutes later, the police noted, police spoke with all parties who advised that the husband had only been trying to kill a spider and apologized for the inconvenience to the other people.
Yeah. I want to point out that this is, maybe pronouncing this incorrectly, but this is through the Wanneroo Police. If it's that or anything close to that, Australia, your naming committee is on point.
Wanneroo.
That's lovely.
Sounds fun to say.
It is.
So, yeah. Wow. Are you afraid of spiders, Natty?
No, I actually like spiders. I'm like one of those weirdos.
Oh, man. Like you'd have a tarantula or something?
I don't know if I go as far to have a pet one, but if I find one, I just pick it up and put it outside.
Gotcha. Spiders for me, if they get to a certain size, then they start to freak me out. Like, if they're small and they're tiny, they're nothing. Just get rid of them. But once they get to a size of like maybe a quarter or bigger, and I'm not talking like with the legs outward bigger than a quarter, like the actual torso is body, bigger than a quarter, then I get a little scared.
I mean, if you can clearly see the fangs, I could see that being a little alarming.
Certainly.
I mean, this is coming from a New England perspective, where frankly we don't get big spiders here.
I know. I've only seen like one big spider in the wild before, and that was because it was like hanging on by the on the side of the outdoor pool at the YMCA, and I literally almost fucking touched it when I was reaching for the wall. It was a terrifying experience. It was like this big woolly brown spider, and I was like, holy crap.
Like crap, did you find a wolf spider? That sounds like a wolf spider.
Yeah, I think I did. It was scary. It was just chilling on the side next to the chlorinated water. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Those bites hurt.
Yeah, I didn't want to get anywhere near it. And I was teaching a swim lesson at the time, so I was like, everyone out of the pool.
Oh, you were an adult.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't a kid. It wasn't a kid situation. It was like I was the adult in this situation.
So you can't panic.
Yeah, but I was internally panicking.
Why won't you die?
I didn't say that, but
No,
I did advise that all the children get out of the pool, and me and the other lifeguards took care of it. But
took care of it. You took it home. You fed it.
No, we covered it. We waited till it we scared it up so it went to like the top side of the pool deck, and then we covered it with a bucket, and then scooted said bucket next to the fence, and then just like, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get in the woods. Go.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, those things looked terrifying, and I was just like, oh crap. Okay. I almost just got by a spider because I was reaching for the wall when I was trying to just teach a swim lesson.
And he would have bait you good.
He would have. Or at least I would have like squashed him, and like maybe he would have gotten no, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, one way you end up with spider intestines on your hand, the other way you end up getting a big old bite on your pink humany flesh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nah.
So, yeah.
I mean, we probably can't compare to whatever the hell he found in his house. I mean, God knows what the hell that thing was.
Oh my God. I've seen some of the videos of like people finding spiders in their apartments in like Australia and like other places. And I'm just like, holy crap. If I had to live in an area where I got a spider that was that large, I would move out immediately.
Well, they're a hardy people. I've read so many articles about women who like there's a kid and like a snake shows up in the house and the mom just grabs it by the fucking neck and throws it out and is like, you stay out. Like completely unfazed about the fact they're dealing with a possibly venomous snake.
That's nuts.
It is nuts.
We're kind of spoiled up here in New England.
Well, they got 8 of the 10 deadliest animals in the world, so I guess, yeah, we kind of are.
Yeah, I know. When you have that many animals that are just lethal, you have to be a hardy people, I guess.
I mean, the worst thing we have is bears, and we don't get those down here, and
not often.
Mountain lions,
which I think the biggest thing around here is like probably coyotes. I would think
mountain lions live in Kingston.
Well, I mean Providence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't get mountain lions in Providence.
Mountain lions around here, but you might get a coyote or two.
You might get a coyote,
but you're probably not getting a bear.
Probably not,
or a mountain lion, which fisher cats.
Fisher cats. Those are nasty little things, aren't they?
They're not lethal, but they're vicious.
They're lethal little small children.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
what isn't? Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are lethal to small children.
You know, large turtles are lethal to small children. Anything is.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, so obviously this man had a misunderstanding. Obviously the people around him were very concerned, as you would be, and good thing the police looked like they got there like lickety split within like 10 minutes. Just like, oh shit, we could have a murder on our hands.
As you should. That's good.
Luckily enough, it was not the case. Luckily enough, we can all laugh about it now. But yeah, that must have been scary.
Thank you, Wanneroo Police Force.
Yes.
I just wanted to say it again.
Anyways, let me get right into our next story of the day. I don't really have a, like I always do, keeping up with tradition, I don't write transitions for these.
Oh, then I'll play off our old food thing. Is this one about drugs?
Yes, it is drug related.
Fantastic.
So yeah, Florida Keys fisherman reels up 60 pounds of cocaine. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And
Anyways,
60 pounds is a lot of a drug.
Oh, for sure. That's not a ton of cocaine, but it's a lot of cocaine.
It's a lot. It's
not
a lot of cocaine.
literally a ton of cocaine,
No.
but it is a figuratively a ton of cocaine. Anyways, a Florida Keys fisherman reeled in an unusual catch, 40 to 60 pounds. Okay, come on, they're exaggerating.
Yeah, why do you start with 60?
Yeah, why is the estimate between 40 and 60? Is it like they're like the package is waterlogged so that they don't know if they have to dry the cocaine out and actually measure it?
Yeah, and at that
It's a
point,
huge
like,
difference.
call it 50. At least that's cutting into the middle.
I know. That's a weird estimate. That's a huge difference.
It's a 20-pound difference. That's the difference between two weight classes in a sporting thing.
Yeah.
Shows what I know.
So anyways, the white powder that authorities suspect is cocaine. Cocaine. And so the Monroe County Sheriff's Office spokesman said a plastic-wrapped bale washed up Saturday morning under a dock in Islamorada. Islamorada?
Is it obvious we're not from anywhere near Florida?
Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sorry, Florida. So yeah, basically a fisherman spotted the bale of hay underneath the dock and pulled it out. And then once he cut it open and found that there was a white powder inside, he called the authorities, as you do. And as of this time, this event is currently being investigated.
So technically, as far as we
Cocaine is a hell
know,
of a drug.
it shouldn't be funny every time, but it's funny every time.
I just like the face playing ripped YouTube sound. But anyways, you were saying before I rudely interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Millennials, you should know what that is. If you don't, for shame. Anyone else, look it up.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Anyways.
At this point, it might as well be talcum powder because they haven't said anything.
Right. But it's only been a week. You got to let it go to the crime lab and they got to do testing on it.
Right.
You got to snort a little bit of it.
That's what I'm thinking, right? At least rub it on the gums. Get something going.
Yeah. So those lab technicians are going to be wired.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be up all night trying to solve this problem. I'm not apologizing for that one, Florida.
There's been weirder stories in Florida.
Oh, yeah. This is nothing. This is just scratching the surface.
But anyways, yeah. So this one's kind of a short one, but it's a weird situation. Hopefully there's a follow-up story on whose cocaine it might be.
The source of the powder was being investigated. How do you investigate that? It came floating from the ocean.
I don't know. Maybe like DNA or something. I had no idea.
Okay. Very well.
So, anywho.
I'll accept your meager explanation.
So, do you want to try transitioning into the next one? That one was kind of a short one, but
Every transition I thought of would further insult Florida.
that's fair. I'm surprised this didn't happen in Florida.
It sounds like a Florida thing, right?
It does not.
I mean, this is such a sunshine state kind of thing, but it's not. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. When I saw California's name next to this, I was a little concerned.
It's like, oh, fake article.
Fake. And then, of course, I found several of the sources saying, yeah, no, it was true.
Yeah, it's
And
on
there's
the
video.
news.
And there's video.
And there's video. Yeah, you can't really argue with that.
Video is undeniable. So anyways.
Prowler spent 3 hours licking doorbell at stranger's home.
You know, as you do.
There's so much to explain, yet so little explanation that could possibly give it for such a thing.
Right. And the weird thing too, like, was he setting off the doorbell every time he did this? Like that, I was trying to figure that one out. Where it's
That's a good question.
I did read the story, but like I didn't see mention that he was setting off the doorbell. Like, was he just like lightly licking it? Because like by the video, it looks like he was kind of just like doing that over and over again. But like,
yeah,
the amount of fortitude you have to have, or the amount of drugs you have to have in your
to
system
lick for that long.
to lick for 30 hours long.
Something that doesn't even taste good. It doesn't even taste bad. It tastes like nothing. It's bland.
I know. Oof.
Yeah.
Think about where else that mouth has been.
All I know is that the weirdest part is that he stares at the camera for the majority of the time he's doing it.
That's true. Yeah, the video is just jarring. He's like, obviously, the police released some of it so they could put out a warrant for this guy, but
not so we could all chuckle at the weirdo who's licking people's doorbells.
So, anyways, Salinas, California. Police are trying to track down a man who spent 3 hours licking the doorbell of a California home. And basically, the neighbor was quoted here by saying, "I thought I'd seen it all, but this takes the cake." And I would agree. I would definitely agree. They identified him actually really quickly because of a newly installed surveillance camera that was added in front of the doorknob, or in front of the door. And so using that video, they quickly identified him as Roberto Daniel Arroyo, which is kind of scary because, like, either A, he has a history of
Licking doorbells.
not necessarily licking doorbells, or he has a criminal history where his face is in kind of database, or his face is just in some kind of database without him getting arrested at all. And
that's not questionable at all.
So
State official, you say?
Just for the state, Google, giving a little kickback to the police, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, either way, they were able to identify him very quickly as this person, and they're currently looking for him. So
the great thing about this all, too, is it was done on that Ring doorbell, which means someone was getting notifications on their phone about this all night.
Yeah, apparently the parents were out of the house, but the children were inside at the time.
Oh, that's unsettling.
That is very unsettling. So all through like these 3 hours, either A, he wasn't looking at his phone, or B, he was getting a bunch of notifications that his doorbell was getting licked and his kids were inside.
Grade A parenting there, guys.
So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and they did not look at the notifications as they were coming in, or their phone was away or something. But
that, or they assumed it was a prank because the doorbell was repeatedly rung for 3 hours straight.
This is true. But after the first hour.
Right. Plus there was footage of him moving an extension cord around and relieving himself, which could be any number of things. We'll assume he was urinating.
Yeah. Number one or number two. Probably number one.
Probably number one.
Oh, did I tell you? There was a story. Katie and I, like, dead ass. Like, we were in Providence, and we're kind of near, where Snookers is.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's a great area.
If you're coming over the bridge from the Foxy, over to the billiards place, the Snookers, there's like that corner liquor store there, and basically, dead ass 7:00 at night. Dude comes out of that store, like, while we're driving towards it, and, like, literally, like, whips his dick out and starts walking and peeing at the same time. Dead ass. And I was dying.
Oh my god.
Because he walked towards us, and then, like, he was walking towards the road at first, and then he veered off, and then he was started walking behind the building. And I'm like, what's this dude gonna do? He's gonna go fucking take a piss or something? And then literally just whips his dick out.
Just starts
pissing all over the sidewalk. And I was like, all right, that was a thing.
Like, while he was walking.
Yeah. Like dead ass, like just
So is he like weirdly coordinated, or is he just pissing on himself?
I'm pretty sure he was probably pissing on himself. But like that's what we saw. That's
fantastic.
Good job, Providence.
That's so Providence. That's perfect.
So yeah, it was that was quite the experience.
That's amazing.
So, but why did I even say that story? The relieving himself.
Yeah, the guy was relieving himself.
He was relieving himself. So
I don't know, because you like talking about weirdos peeing on the sidewalk.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
I
that
do.
was
I
just
certainly
so
do.
random. We were just driving by, and we were actually going to Snookers that night. And we just see this dude. I'm like, dude, get your life together, man. What are you doing? It's like it's still kind of light out. Like you can clearly see you.
You know what he was doing? He was multitasking.
He was walking, peeing,
and drunk.
And drunk.
Probably. Hopefully.
I'm going to take an educated guess and say yes, he was drunk.
If he's doing that sober, he really needs to get his shit together.
I know. Just dead ass sober. Just like, what is my life?
It's like
walk out the door and start peeing.
Pissing myself? Meh. Whatever.
Whatever, man. I just given up at this point.
That's a point of giving up I don't want to reach. That's pretty bad. If that's not rock bottom, I don't really know what is.
Yeah, essentially. So, well, this is pretty close. Licking a doorbell for 3 hours is pretty close to rock bottom as well.
At least he has, like, tenacity. Like, he was determined to lick that doorbell. That guy's just taking a piss. It's sad. This guy is a creep.
This guy is 100% a creep. And as a result, he could face misdemeanor charges of petty theft and prowling, which I'm not sure what he stole other than our innocence, but...
that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was quick on that one.
Very quick.
I don't think he should be put in court. I think he should be put in an institution.
Also, what is prowling? I guess prowling is like just being weird at night. Like what is the crime of prowling? I don't actually know.
Like stalking without a target?
I guess like just a general stalking. Like
general sketchiness? No, that's
a lot of people could get arrested for general sketchiness.
I would get arrested for general sketchiness. That's apparently I get sketchy in the supermarket. I can't tell you why or what, but apparently it happens.
I've never seen you in a... Well, yeah, I think I might have. I don't know if
I don't know. I tend to wander off and then put things in other people's baskets.
It makes life more fun that way.
It does. You get home and you're like, wow, 2 jars of baby food and a cantaloupe? I don't remember buying that.
I don't even have a baby.
Huh. But those would be the easiest peas you'll eat in your life.
Have you tried baby food?
Well, not by choice.
Not by choice. Anyways, so like we said, prowling, misdemeanor charges of prowling, and petty theft, which I'm not sure he stole, but whatever. And luckily enough, these people are taking it in stride. Luckily enough, no one, like, he didn't hurt anyone, or didn't, like, apparently he stole something, but he did not hurt anyone, especially with children inside. That was weird.
Yeah, if he stole something, it's probably like a lawn ornament or something silly. It does anything significant.
Yeah. So that's basically it for that story as well. Hopefully they find Mr. Robert Arroyo. Jesus. Anyways.
Eric is human. You see evidence.
Well, you hear evidence.
Yeah, there's that.
You don't see it. No one sees it.
In a figurative sense.
How do you see something?
Just blow past it. Just blow past it.
Whatever. Anyways, if you would like to join our conversation, we have it weekly, even though this week we came late, but we will get back on our schedule of doing weekly podcasts now that the holiday season is far behind us, and our convention schedule is far behind us as well, or closely behind us.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
That works. I like that. Let's go with that.
So yeah. But if you'd like to join our conversation, at Misguided Meeple is our Twitter handle, and you can email us at misguidedmeeplespodcast@gmail.com if you have a cool story recommendation or just some nice encouraging words or some hate mail. We may even read that. Whatever.
I will, and I'll comment on it loudly.
Perfect. So, anyways, that's the show for today, episode 18. Any final thoughts, Natty?
Yes, if you are trying to prevent the spread of disease, which you all should be doing, sanitize your doorbells. Those prowlers could get sick from your dirty fingers.
Oh man, it'd be like the guy who like robbed the house and then sued the owners when he fell off the roof and broke his leg.
Yeah, that's right. That.
You did not keep your doorbell properly sanitized. Therefore, when I licked it for 3 hours straight, I got an infection. Okay,
Yeah. Now I have mono, and it's your fault.
It's your fault. Well, I wonder if that'll hold up in a court of law.
I wonder if you could get mono off a doorbell.
Unless someone else has also kissed it.
So be the first prowler to the house is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
But how do you know you're the first prowler?
You stake your claim.
You've been prowling.
By relieving yourself in the yard.
Yeah. You see, all prowlers can
Yeah.
can smell the scent of urine, like dogs.
He's beaten me here.
Professional prowlers are here.
Damn.
They beat me. But anyways, enough tomfoolery. Great having this conversation with you guys. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
I think that went well.
I think so.
We had some short stories this week, so I'm glad we actually got into some riffing.
Yeah, that worked out well. I'm still laughing about the stupid guy peeing while he's walking. just the fact he's doing it in motion.
In motion, I was so shocked by that.